Hi everyone, welcome to Teacher Jella podcast. I am Teacher Jella. Today I want to talk about being alone and being okay with being alone. Do you like being alone? I feel I don't like feeling alone, but I like to have alone time. So I think I can say like 6% of the time I like to be alone, and 40% of the time I like to be with other people. How are you like? Like I'm an introvert, and I don't know, maybe that can be related to this one. I like 60% of my time to be alone. So this uh thought about being alone, it just came from an incident a few days ago. I think it was about 2 days ago. I was driving to my work. Yeah, I try to avoid the rush hour time, but still in the morning it gets busy. The road that I go, it gets busy. So there are quite many cars. And like oftentimes I get stressed there. Like when do you get stressed the most? When is the time that you get stressed the most? For me, it's the commuting time. Commuting time is the most stressful time. Well, when I was taking the buses and subway, there were there were difficulties there. But now I'm driving and there are different kinds of difficulties. So, what is making me stressed? Like I believe you know what makes you stressful on the road, right? There are, especially on the road, we can see many impatient people, rude people, right? So, yeah, that's the factor that makes me stressed in my commuting time. 2 days ago, yeah, I saw a very impatient and rude person on the road, and that made me angry, and that ruined my mood in the morning. So when I get to my work, I had to sit down and spend quite some time to process that negative event that happened on the road. I try to let go of the negative feelings that I got, and I try to forget that event, and I tried to separate myself from the environment, to bring my focus back to the work, and to bring my focus back to what I was trying to do in the morning before starting the work. So yeah, I spent quite some time for this process. And in the night, the same day in the night, I saw a quote. I think I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this quote. This quote says, no matter what society says, it's okay to be like, nah, that ain't for me. No matter what society says, it's okay to be like, no, that's not for me. This made me think again about the event that happened in that day. Like, why do I get so stressed on the road? Well, seeing like impatient and rude people is not a positive thing, right? It's just not a good thing to see, right? That's one thing. But another thing is, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Am I doing something different from everybody? And am I doing something wrong? Are you saying I'm doing something wrong? And it is like it is thinking about what other people think about me, right? I believe there is that thing under there. Yeah, so I wanted to share this point on my podcast. I think we have to be okay with being different. Well, I know, like as an adult, we hear this a lot, right? And we know that this is true. We have to be okay with being different, right? That is right. But really believing in it and remembering this and practicing it in real life is different and it's not easy, right? I think we just need constant reminder for ourselves. Like, come on, we have to be okay. I have to be okay with being different. We are all different, and it's okay to be different. And I also thought about this. You know, we are adults, but we still need constant reminder. We still need to practice on this. So, if we can teach this to our young children from the young age, it will be so good for them. You might think that this can only uh, be applied in adults' life, but it's not. I s- saw this in my classroom as well. Uh, so this is something that happened last week, and it was preschooler room. So they were 3 years old. We have some girls in our preschool classroom, and especially there are two girls who like to play together. Every free playtime they used to play together. But for a few days, I observed that one of the girl was like trying to avoid playing with the other girl, and the other girl was like following her. If she goes that way, she followed her that way. If she goes to the other way, then she followed her the other way. And she was like, "Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to play with me?" But the girl was like, "No, no." And then she walked away to the other children. So I felt a little bad about that girl who was following. And I saw the sadness and disappointment in her face. So one day I went to her and told her, I'm gonna call her A. So A, it seems like she doesn't want to play with this at the moment. Maybe she wants to play with something else. Or maybe she wants to try playing with other children. Or maybe she wants to be alone at the moment. Sometimes you want to be alone. And the girl was quiet for a bit and she picked up some toys around her and she went to a quiet area saying like, I want to have quiet time. And she was sitting alone in the quiet area. Uh, so I wanted to teach this. I wanted that girl to know that, sometimes there are friends who think differently, who feel differently. And I know it can be hurtful, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we can be different, and we are actually all different. And you don't always have to be like other friends. You don't always have to be like the girl that you like. We are different people and we can like and dislike different things. And I want you to teach this like you don't have to. I didn't really say this to that girl because, well, the free play time in the preschool is like really, really busy, loud time. So it wasn't an, an environment to sit and talk about these like serious things. So I didn't go this deep. But when I saw these girls, I thought about this. Like, I want them to know and learn this, that it's okay to be different and we don't always have to try to fit in. We can be alone. You can be alone. You can be happy alone. And, you will see and you will meet some friends that are like you or that want to play with you. So sometimes it's okay to be alone. What do you think about this? Do you want to teach this to your child? I think it's important to teach this from young age. Like I said, this is what happened in the 3 years old preschooler classroom. If we start teaching about this from young age, they will, uh, they will develop their self-esteem and self-worth. So if they face this kind of situation, they can be okay. It it's hurting. My friend that I want to play with, she's saying no to me. It is hurtful, but I'm okay because I'm okay alone. Don't you want to teach this to your child? So I wanted to find a book because book is a great way to, start the conversation about a topic, especially about a new topic. Because, book has through the book we can use story and we can use the pictures, right? So I looked up some books and I found a great book. This book is called The Word Needs Who You Were Made to Be. The Word Needs Who You Were Made to Be by Joanna Gaines. So this book is, it doesn't have a big storyline, but there are children making their own hot air balloons, and at the end they fly their hot air balloons to the sky. And when all the hot air balloons go up in the sky, they look beautiful like confettis in the sky. So this book talks about, being different, being unique, being alone, being together, working separately. But at the end, when we send our hot air balloons to the sky, it's beautiful, like the confetti in the sky. So it celebrates the differences, celebrates the uniqueness. This book can be a great start for teaching this lesson, being okay with being alone, being okay with being different. So if you like to teach that lesson, if you like to teach your child, if you like to help your child to develop some self worth, self esteem, you can start with this book. Read this book and start talking about being different and being okay with being different. I hope it was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. So that's it for this week, and I will see you next time again. Bye.